Hey everyone, we are back. I am still in the kitchen. Steph is at home, and we have another great recipe for you. Actually, this is another response to a question that we had on Twitter. So Steph, I'll throw it to you first.
So thanks so much. My name is Stephanie Gladman, the registered dietitian at the ELLICSR Kitchen. We had a question on Twitter for someone asking about what to do when they're experiencing the lack of salty taste. So they're unable to taste salt due to their treatment, or it's just a side effect that they're experiencing. And so Jeremy and I prepared a specific dish and specific ingredients in order to really enhance that salty flavor. So Jeremy prepared a soup, and I'll take it away, Jer.
Yeah, of course. So with this soup, it's really simple, but we're focusing on ingredients that are very high in what we call umami. It's a favorite word of ours. I think we say it quite a bit. But umami essentially represents one of the five basic tastes. And it's that sort of savouriness, that richness that comes from certain foods and certain ingredients. These ingredients might help to boost some of that saltiness, that richness, that savoury flavor in food. So experimenting with items like miso paste, which is really high in umami. Dried mushrooms is another great one as well. You can use porcini or shiitake. Throw them in soups, throw them in sauces. Again, really high in umami, and they may help to boost that savouriness. So for today's recipe, we kept it super simple. We just made a really easy miso lentil soup. And so what we used is some water. You can use stock if you want. About 2-3 cups. Brought it up to a simmer, and then we added almost about a cup of red lentils. Steph, this has got to be one of our favorite pulses in the kitchen.
So red lentils are really great source of protein to add in soups, casseroles, over salads, anything. And they have pretty much of a neutral flavor. So when you're adding things like miso or those dried mushrooms to boost the flavor of the savouriness, they'll take on that flavor. So, so many options in order to really get that savoury taste. For sure, really easy things that you can use, especially during this time, that you could stock up on. So miso paste lasts for a while. You can store your red lentils in your in your pantry for quite some time. And not only that, like, it's a quick and easy way to get those red lentils prepared. It doesn't take super long. So it's this recipe is really easy and minimal ingredients.
Yeah, for sure. So we have our lentils. We added about 2 tablespoons of miso paste, and add it to taste. So if you find that it doesn't have as much flavor or that saltiness, because it is going to have that saltiness to it as well, then you can adjust accordingly. And then we added a couple dried mushrooms. Again, dried mushrooms are it's a pantry staple, like Steph mentioned. You could probably order these through most grocery stores. But it's not necessary. It's just going to help boost that flavor.
The other thing I wanted to mention is that if, so we're adding umami here, but just know that mixing salty and sweet ingredients together. So this isn't necessarily something for this specific recipe, but if you could think of like having some cheese with dried dates, right? So combining that salty sweet is going to enhance the flavor of the saltiness.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with something like this too, we didn't add anything sweet, but even, try with a little teaspoon of honey in there. It might sound weird, but that balance of salty and sweet will work really well. So yeah, lentils, miso, dried mushrooms, and just a little piece of ginger. And that's it. I've added it all at once to that simmering broth and just let it continue to simmer until the lentils are cooked. And that will take like 15 minutes tops. And I've already prepared some here. I'm gonna pick this up. So let's see if you guys can, how we're doing here.
Yeah,
okay.
That looks great.
Awesome. So give it a little stir here so you can kind of see it's going to have a little bit of body because of the lentils. The lentils will actually thicken up that broth a little bit. And we just use water. This is going to have most of the flavor coming from these dried mushrooms here and the miso. Super, super easy, simple broth. And really quick. And at that point there, you can even freeze it, put it in the freezer for leftovers. But yeah, that's our little miso lentil recipe. Hopefully we answered your question regarding taste changes. And are there any other resources that we can plug here, Steph?
Yeah, so on our ELLICSR Kitchen website, if you go to the side effects section, there will be a tab regarding taste changes, and you could check it out there. We also have a YouTube video which discusses, if you are experiencing any taste changes, it will go through like what to do when you're experiencing a bitter taste, a sweet taste, a salty taste. So go check that out on our YouTube channel. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Take care.